Hey guys, today I'm gonna do a lyrical analysis on my song, I Should Have Written You a Love Song. This will be like a little genius interview that I'm just doing all by myself. So I thought this would be an interesting song to do because this song talks about other songs that I've written. So it's kind of like songs within a song. When I wrote it, I actually thought that nobody would really be able to relate to it because I thought it was so specific to a songwriter. But luckily, people have interpreted it in very different ways. So I guess it is relatable. So if you ever write a song that is just super honest and you think no one's gonna understand it, maybe that's the one that they will understand the most. Anyway, let's look at the first verse. So we have, I should have written you a love song, but instead I wrote a song about how I was moving on. So this is a super honest line. I remember I was dating this particular person and he didn't seem all that interested in dating me, actually. So I went ahead and made an assumption that nothing was going to happen, and I wrote a song that was inspired by Bob Dylan's song Don't Think Twice, It's Alright, and I wrote a song called Don't You Worry, I'll Be Okay. It's actually a really nice song. I will have to share it at some point, but it's just like a sweet guitar ballad being like, don't worry, everything's fine. I understand. Like, we tried it out, didn't work. It's totally fine. So that was the first song I wrote for this person. Then, let's see, what's the rest of the first verse? Oh yeah, and I wrote some lines and some rhymes that I kind of regret. So, like I said, I kind of jumped to a conclusion, I guess, early on in the relationship. And so I wrote that song, like, I'm moving on. And then I think we still went on a few more dates. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm not moving on. So that was sort of like the regret, I guess. It was like I sort of jumped to a conclusion and now it wasn't the right conclusion, maybe. Anyway, the next verse. I should have written you a love song, but instead I wrote a song about how you were just a phase and how you had a pretty face, but I just wanted you to change. So this song, there is a second song like this, and I lifted the lyrics from that song. So in that song, I literally say something like, you have a pretty face, but I just wish you would change. Which I thought was like a pretty mean line, but that's what I wrote at the time. And so I just took those lyrics out of that song and put them into this song, and nobody would know because no one knows that song either, but I know, and so it makes it more special. So maybe in some way that makes it more special of a song too for other people. Who knows? All right, then we have the chorus. Oh, I wrote these songs about how we could never work, then turned around and gave my best rhymes to the wrong guys. And this line still rings so true. Seems like you end up writing songs for people who maybe don't deserve them a lot of the time. At least that's how I felt oftentimes. I don't feel that way so much anymore because I feel like, you know, every song has its purpose. Every person that comes into your life has something to teach you. But at the time that I wrote that, I did feel that way. I remember two guys in particular who I knew around the same time that I wrote really nice love songs for, and the relationships were so small that it didn't really seem to matter anyway. So let's keep going. Oh, I wrote them poems and melodies. I let them live in harmonies. I really like that line. I remember I rewrote the chorus. It was something totally different before, and that line I was especially proud of. But out of all of them, now I'm thinking, and now we have the third verse. I should have written you a love song, but instead I wrote a song about how you were in my way. So this is a lie. This is not the third song. I did write a third song about this person, and it's actually on my first album. It's called Gypsyland, and that one actually was kind of a love song. So this verse was a lie. I had to change I had to change it so that it would fit with the rest of the song. So there's that. And I wrote some mean things, and all these refrains echoed in my brain. So that's kind of more about that second song again, though I pretended that it's about the third song. I couldn't get them out of my head. I would hear them when I saw you and believe in what they said. And that was so true. I remember walking around on campus thinking about this person, being like, do I still like them? Well, I wrote that song about them where I don't think I do. So I've kind of learned to be a little bit careful now what I put into songs. I don't know, or at least take songs a little less seriously. I think that maybe not everybody understands that. If you're not a songwriter, songs are kind of just moments and they pass. And then a week later, you're like, I don't really feel that anymore. So you kind of have to take songs a little less seriously. Yeah, that's one thing I've had to learn. But definitely at that time, I took them very seriously. And they were a constant reminder. I had these catchy tunes telling me I didn't want you. And yeah, definitely that line, like, you have a pretty face, but I just want you to change. That, I'm pretty sure I had that stuck in my head. And then we have the chorus again, which is the same. And then the very end, I should have written you a love song, and I know that it's a little late, and we have all moved on, but I wanted you to know, here's the song I should have written 5 years ago. And this whole song came about because I was reading an old journal and reading in it about some times that this person and I shared that were actually really nice. And looking back, I'm not sure why I had so much confusion over the whole situation when it was a little clear, or it was pretty clear that we were both interested in each other. So that's why, in retrospect, I decided to write this love song as sort of an apology to him and also maybe myself, and to just remind myself that I don't know. Anyway, this song is kind of funny to me because I feel like the person that I wrote it about was not necessarily all that important in my life in the grand scheme of things. The relationship was pretty short. However, I ended up writing 4 songs about this person, and I think that's the most songs I've ever written about any one person. But I think in a way, because we never got so close, this person kind of remained like a muse for me and maybe showed me more about myself than it did show me anything about him. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting, and let me know what your interpretation of the song is. So that's it. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully on this vlog channel, because vlogging is fun. Anyway, have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.